How are you doing today? It's Clinton from God's Hand Studios, and in today's video, I want to discuss what I think with respect to this subject, that should we go to church every Sunday? As that Christianity is a thing of the heart, why not worship from your homes on Sunday and maybe connect online if you need to? I will start by saying this. Pastors are not content creators that you should connect online to listen to what they have to say. They are spiritual vessels that God uses to bless you. And also, you are not only in church to learn by listening. There are so many ways to learning. Listening with your ears is just one of them. When you are in church, you are not only listening with your ears, you are also observing, which is more important. You are in a church to observe. You learn with your mind, your eyes, everything. And spiritual activities as well go on in the church service. There are so many things you can do impromptu while you are at home streaming or doing anything you are doing. But there are limited things you can do in church because that is a designated spot for your spiritual growth. Speaking of learning through observations, I want to share my experience of what going or being present in a worship ground would do to you rather than streaming. Okay, as a cinematographer, the first work I went to was a conference organized by Pastor David Obueli. I was there, we were there as a cinematographers, we had to be there very early in the morning to get things ready. And in doing that, I noticed that the pastor will come earlier before every other pastors, and from what I observed in the program, I noticed that he's not doing it to get anything out of it. I think he's doing it as an empowerment to pastors in the East. So the program was supposed to start around 7. He will be there 6:40 or 6:45, kneeling down, praying about, I don't know what he's praying, let me not say, I don't know what he's praying about, but he will kneel down there praying before the time. Now, in doing that, he didn't turn to us and tell us be at any program on time. But just by observing him, I learned punctuality as a Christian. Imagine he's at home streaming the program from his comfort. I wouldn't get to learn that, and that was a very great virtue. Do you know that most ladies that has lived a very worldly life, I would say that spends almost half of their life in the kingdom of darkness, does not know or does not see so many things you see or you conceive as wrong. I learned about a man in Akwa Ibom who has been a born again for like 2 years, going for evangelism without knowing that fornication is a sin. But speaking about those ladies, when such ladies gives their lives to Christ, there are so many things that they know or they do that they don't know that it's wrong. And as a new believer, you can't just start telling them, don't wear clothes like this, do things like this, don't apply this, don't do this. This is what you learn from observations in the church. It's called the community life. So when such people come, putting on clothes that you wouldn't consider decent, but appearing in church, sitting down, listening to the man of God, observing from the environment, nobody will tell them that this clothes you are wearing is not the right clothes for you to wear in an atmosphere like this. So maybe you start by seeing them, they may be ashamed, like trying to pull their clothes and the rest. Consequently, as they come to church, you will notice so many things about them change, including their dressing. And they wouldn't have learned that by staying at home and streaming from their comfort. They will only learn, but there are so many things they will not observe. And I know most of us will say, that's for new believers. I'm no longer a new believer. I've been in the faith for like 10 years. Then that's the more reason for you to go out there in church and learn people observe from you. Learn people learn from you. You are not only in the church to learn. Jesus said it's more blessed to give than to receive. So you go out there to give yourself, to give your life, to give your character, so that people will see that as well and observe to do good things. It is even selfishness if you say you have arrived, you've learned all the things you need to learn, and you are doing all the things you think a proper man should be doing, but you are doing all those from your home. He is like the foolish man that says, my soul find rest because you've found all. So if you know you have been in the state where you can call yourself a balanced Christian, that's the more reason you need to be in church. In fact, you need to be in church more than the believers that are still struggling, so that they will learn from you. I think it's Bishop David Oyedepo that says that people will hear what you say, but they will do what you do, because what you do is what people know. People will hear what you say, but what they will keep on doing is what they know how to do, what they have learned, observed through their years of experience how to do. But in being in church, those experiences can change. They start getting fresh new experience, not only what they hear on the social media or YouTube but what they are seeing live, what they can see you do. Have you ever asked yourself why the people in the world system that goes to club go there every Friday and don't connect online? I believe it's because they can't get such feelings online. So being there present, that's where their deeper darkness of creativity starts manifesting. I think it's Billy Graham that says that people learn of new ways to do evil, new ways of perversion, and they do that by being present in a location that is designated for it.